So Kenya was on the Tamara Hall show, and Kenya said, no, I was not fired, okay? Let's be clear about that. I went into self-exile, right? I gave myself a vacation from the nonsense. Kenya said that she is still getting a check from Bravo. And to that I say, because if you watched last week's episode and you saw the way that things unfolded between Kenya and Brittany, everybody was scratching their heads like, wait a minute, how is Kenya the one that got fired? But apparently she was not the one that got fired. If you haven't had a chance to, definitely check her out on the Tamara Hall show. She basically says that she felt like Bravo did not protect her. And I could agree with that, right? One of the things I hear a lot from black women is black women are the most disrespected and the least protected. Sometimes I agree with that statement and sometimes I disagree with that statement. This is an instance where I definitely agree that black women are the least respected and the least protected, because there is nothing that anyone can say to convince me that if what happened to Kenya happened to Lisa Vanderpump, the whole production would have been shut down. They would have shut down everything. And I guarantee you, whoever was responsible for making those thinly veiled threats at Lisa Vanderpump would have been off the show in an instant. But because it's black women and it's happening amongst a group of black women, it gives very, oh, this is what they do, this is how they behave. Like, there's no attempt at intervention, there's no attempt at mitigation, there's no attempt at mediation. They just want the moment. And by they, I mean Bravo. By they, I mean the producers. They want this to unfold because it's good for ratings, right? So they don't care risking the health and well-being of a black woman in this instance, as long as the viewership is going to spike. And so when Brittany made these threats talking about getting a pew-pew, I don't understand that is considered a terroristic threat in my mind. I don't understand why production didn't immediately halt, why there wasn't an immediate emergency meeting called amongst the producers where they had to discuss what actions needed to be taken, because this was an unsafe environment, not just for Kenya, but for everyone involved. Because see, here's the thing about women that behave the way that Brittany behaves on that show. To all of the women who are still aligning themselves with Brittany, who are still, breaking bread with Brittany, when you watch the way that she treated Kenya, if you think that that is not coming to you at some point in time, should the two of you have a disagreement, then you're a fool. I don't have to say it because it's been said 1,000 times, but I'm going to say it anyway. When people show you who they are, believe them. And you don't go from 0 to 10 about absolutely nothing. Unless that's just innately who you are. And so when I watch, because see, that's the thing about me. When it takes me, friendships are very hard for me to develop, right? Because I'm very discerning in terms of what energy I allow around me. So before I can be friends with someone, I watch. I need to see how you interact and how you treat other people. And do you think if I saw the way that Brittany was treating Kenya, I would be like, oh girl, let's go out, let's have dinner, let's go to the club together? I don't want anything to do with that. I'm going to put as much distance between me and that as possible. One of the reasons, not because I'm afraid or because I'm scared, is because I'm an energy matcher. And if you pull out a pew-pew, it's going to be pew-pew versus pew-pew. That's just how I get down. You don't get to threaten me and have me not say anything to me, because I'm not talking you off the ledge. We can both jump together. If that's what you want, that's what you'll get. And I need to not be that. The universe is not through working on me. I'm trying to be a better woman. But it's just something about somebody thinking that they're punking me that just touches this very primal thing inside of me. Like, no. I have a zero tolerance for that. So one of the ways that I try to mitigate that is by not putting myself in situations and not putting myself around people that I know can trigger me. And Brittany is a trigger. And anyone who is around her who sees, again, the way that she treats Kenya, if you don't think that your turn is coming, just wait. Just wait. So anyway, I just wanted to say that I'm really, really happy to know that Kenya was not let go. That Kenya basically had a self-imposed hiatus where she said, I'm taking a break because I don't feel safe. I have a feeling that there's some legal things that are happening in the background, because in my mind, Kenya definitely has a lawsuit against Bravo for an unsafe work environment. Because I know you guys think that this is a reality TV show, and yes, it is, but it's also a work environment. And the producers of that show are responsible for creating a safe work environment. And if you don't create a safe work environment, then there are repercussions, legal ones, financial ones, that you can suffer as a result of not creating a safe work environment. And Kenya, for whatever you believe about her, super smart, super intelligent, and she is playing the game the way it should have been played. The only misstep that she probably made was by putting up the images of this girl, because now it's a retaliatory act. But even that, given what happened to her first, I think does not nullify any claims, or I feel does not nullify any claims that she might have against Bravo, against the producers of the show, for not creating a safe work environment. So it'll be interesting to see what happens at the end of this season. Again, she mentioned on Tamara Hall that she was still under contract. So I'm really curious to see how this season plays out in terms of what happens outside of the show, because this is probably the best. These 3 episodes with Kenya are probably going to be the highlights. The rest of the season, well, Shamia's been pretty funny. Like, shout out to Shamia. The rest of the season is probably going to be built around people talking about what happened between Kenya and Brittany. The rest of the season is probably going to be around Brittany, you know, working on trying to, you know, get to the root of her issues and why she behaves the way that she behaves. It'll be interesting to see, but I want to know what happens offline, because I'm rooting for Kenya. I hope that Kenya, I don't know if I even want to see her back on the show. I just want to see Kenya do something different. You know what I would love to see? Side note, Kenya, if you ever see this video, if you guys can get this video to Kenya, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go ahead and get your real estate license, get your realtor's license. After you get your realtor's license, I want you to get your broker's license, right? And then I want you to start KMR, Kenya Moore Realty, right? And I want you to bring on about 5, 6, 7 bad BITCHs and build this whole business around you creating a real estate empire. I just feel like based on your personality, based on, you know, your circle, that you would be fantastic in real estate. I don't know if it's something you've ever thought about, but I think that should be, and that would make a great reality show. Watching you run a real estate brokerage with a bunch of other bad girls, that's the show I would watch. It would get you out of the mess. It would help to promote a business. It would help to create some direction. It would be interesting to watch. It would give you opportunity to be the grand dame that you deserve to be. So that's what I think you should do. Get your realtor's license. Go ahead and get your broker's license. Start KMR, Kenya Moore Realty, and let's build a reality show around that. We just want to see you doing something different, because clearly you've outgrown this and you want to be in an environment that you can control. You don't want Bravo producers putting you in these dangerous and precarious situations that are outside of your control. So if you ever see this video, I'm rooting for you. And I'm sorry what happened to you, but if I know nothing else, you are one of the most resilient women that I've seen on reality TV. So I have every confidence that you will move far above and beyond what has happened to you on this show. You guys comment below. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.